Have you ever wondered how some folks seem to age in slow motion? I've met people in their 80s and 90s who are more energetic than folks half their age. And the truth is, it's rarely luck. It's the quiet power of daily habits. I want to share 5 things I've learned in over 30 years working with older adults. These simple changes can make a huge difference in how you feel, move, and enjoy life. You don't need to do it all. Just start with 1. Let's start with something gentle but deeply important: how you move your body right after waking up. Many older adults tell me mornings are the hardest time of day. Their joints feel stiff, their breathing feels shallow, and they often feel a bit dizzy or weak. This is normal, but it's not something you have to accept. What's really happening is that during sleep your circulation slows down, your muscles cool, and your lungs get less active. That's why mornings can feel like your body's stuck in slow motion. But just a few slow stretches and mindful breaths can completely change that. I remember a woman named Mary, 85, from a small town in Texas. She used to call herself a rusty machine in the morning. She had arthritis in her knees and often held onto furniture just to get from the bed to the kitchen. But one day, after her daughter showed her a 5-minute morning routine, everything started to shift. Mary began by simply raising her arms above her head and taking 5 deep breaths near an open window. Then she added gentle neck rolls, shoulder, circles, and even seated leg stretches on her bed. Within 2 weeks, she told me, "It doesn't hurt to get up anymore. I even feel excited to start the day." That stuck with me. I've seen this transformation many times, and it's always rooted in small, steady effort. One of the simplest things that often helps is setting aside just 5 minutes every morning for easy movement. Do it right from your bed or standing near a chair. Lift your arms, roll your shoulders, stretch your spine gently, and take 10 deep breaths. Open a window if you can. You're not trying to work out, you're waking up your body and giving your lungs and blood a gentle push. You don't need to move like a dancer. You just need to move like someone who still believes in today. Your body is wiser than you think, and it will thank you for showing it a little care. Even slow stretches are a way of saying, "I'm still here, and I still matter." Another habit that makes a huge difference, though it's often overlooked, is keeping your mind active every single day. As we age, many people fear losing their memory or sharpness, and it's true that the brain, like the body, changes over time. But what most don't realize is that mental decline isn't something that just happens. In many cases, it's the result of underuse. When the brain doesn't get daily stimulation, when it's not asked to think, solve, remember, or imagine, it slows down. That foggy feeling, that forgetfulness, that sense of disconnection, it can often be softened or even reversed with just a bit of daily brain movement. I'll never forget Harold, a 90-year-old retired math teacher from Ohio. He once told me, "I don't exercise much, but I do crosswords like my life depends on it." And honestly, I think he was onto something. Every morning while having his coffee, Harold would open his newspaper and tackle one puzzle. Then he'd spend a few minutes translating a Spanish sentence he'd pulled from an old phrase book. One time, he even memorized all the U.S. state capitals just because he felt a little rusty. He said it helped him feel awake, present, and proud. And I saw it. Harold had this twinkle in his eye, a clarity that was hard to miss. It wasn't about being a genius. It was about staying engaged, curious, and mentally alive. One of the easiest ways to support your brain is by doing a short, mental task every day. Choose something fun and light, a crossword, a memory game, a riddle, or even counting backwards from 100 by 3s. You can also try learning one new word or phrase a day. Keep a little notebook. You don't need to impress anyone. This is just for you. Your mind is like a garden. Yeah, it needs a little tending, a bit of sunlight, and something new to grow around. Even 5 minutes a day can water the roots of your memory and remind you how sharp, thoughtful, and capable you still are. Something many older adults don't realize is just how much their daily food choices affect how they feel, not just physically but mentally and emotionally too. As we age, our digestion slows, our body becomes more sensitive to sugars and fats, and what we eat can either support our joints, heart, and memory, or quietly wear them down. Many people tell me, "I don't eat that much, so it shouldn't matter." But it's not about how much you eat. It's about what's on your plate and how your body uses it to keep you strong. There's a woman I used to work with named Sarah, 88 years old, from Bakersfield, California. When I first met her, she struggled with constant bloating, fatigue, and achy joints. She said she felt cloudy all the time and had given up on ever feeling light or energetic again. But when we looked at her meals, we found that most of what she was eating came from boxes, frozen dinners, white bread, sugary snacks. So step by step, we began to replace just one thing at a time. She started her mornings with oatmeal and berries instead of pastries. She swapped white rice for quinoa and added a side salad to dinner. She even tried roasted chickpeas for a snack. After a month, her eyes were clearer. She stood straighter and she said something that stayed with me. "I didn't know food could make me feel alive again." What often helps is starting small. Try to include something green, something fresh, and something natural in at least one meal a day. Skip one processed item, maybe chips or soda, and replace it with a fruit, a handful of nuts, or even a boiled egg. These are simple swaps, but they add up. You're not dieting, you're nourishing. Think of your food as quiet medicine. Every bite you take can be a step toward feeling clearer, lighter, and more like yourself. You deserve food that loves you back. Now let's talk about something just as essential as food or movement: your daily connection with others. Many older adults quietly suffer from loneliness, but they don't always talk about it. It sneaks in when routines change, when loved ones move or pass on, when health challenges make it harder to get out. What's important to understand is that loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a health risk. Studies show it can raise blood pressure, weaken the immune system, and even increase the risk of heart disease. Human connection is not just nice, it's necessary. I once knew a man named Bob, 91, from Fort Myers, Florida. His wife had passed a few years earlier, and since then he'd been living alone. At first he kept busy with books and television, but over time he started feeling numb, like the days just blurred together. His daughter gave him a simple challenge: call one person every day, just one. A friend, a cousin, someone from church. At first it felt awkward, but slowly Bob found himself looking forward to those calls. He reconnected with his old Navy buddy, helped his niece through a tough time, and even started hosting a weekly telephone coffee club with 3 friends. He told me, "I used to feel like I was fading. Now I feel like I still matter." What often helps is making a daily goal to reach out to one person by phone, voice message, or even a short note. Just say hello, ask how they're doing, or share something small from your day. It doesn't have to be deep or long, just real. Your voice can brighten someone's day, and theirs can do the same for you. Staying connected isn't about being social. It's about reminding yourself that you're still part of the world and the world still needs your light. One more habit that makes a quiet but powerful difference is moving your body just a little bit every hour. A lot of older adults spend long stretches of the day sitting, watching TV, reading, or just resting, which sounds harmless, but can actually lead to poor circulation, weaker muscles, and increased stiffness. The human body isn't built for stillness. When you sit for too long, blood flow slows, joints tighten, and it gets harder to stand or walk without discomfort. But the good news is, you don't need a gym or big routine. You just need small, regular movement. There's a gentleman I worked with named Louis, 89, from Albany, New York. He lived alone and used a walker, so getting around wasn't easy. But he told me something that impressed me. He had a kitchen timer set to go off every 60 minutes. When it buzzed, he stood up, held onto the back of his chair, and did 10 gentle knee bends or slow side steps. Sometimes he just stretched his arms or walked to the hallway and back. He said it made him feel less frozen during the day, and he started sleeping better too. His doctor noticed improvements in his balance, and Louis said, "I feel like I'm part of the day again, not just watching it go by." One of the best ways to help your body stay strong is to give it a reason to move. Just for a minute or two every hour. Set a reminder, put a sticky note on the wall, or link it to something you already do, like getting a drink of water. Stand. Stretch, march in place, or roll your shoulders. Any motion counts. Your body is like a gentle engine. It works best when it runs a little often. Even the smallest motion reminds your muscles they're still needed, your heart it's still strong, and your spirit that it's still very much alive. If any of these habits spoke to you, I'd love to hear which one felt most helpful. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And if this video gave you even a little bit of hope or motivation, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a new one. You are not alone. You're stronger than you think. And life keeps going as long as you're willing to walk beside it, one gentle step at a time.